make your way to the bar area and get between the two posts. You're fine there. Okay. All right. For those of you who are not getting screeched in, it'd be best if you stepped outside that exact parameter. You'd be at a better vantage point for taking pictures and videos. For those of you who wish to videotape this entire ceremony, just so you know, I'm going to eat up every ounce of your storage. Excellent. So the first thing I need to know is your first name and where you're from, and I'm going to start with you right there.
First name's Greg from Ottawa, Ontario.
Greg from Ottawa!
Mary from Ottawa.
Mary from Ottawa!
Simone from Toronto.
Simone!
Gino from Toronto.
Gino!
Jim from Ottawa.
Jim from Ottawa!
Elizabeth from Halifax.
Elizabeth from Halifax!
Blake from Toronto.
Blake from Toronto!
And Melanie from Toronto.
Melanie from Toronto!
Ed from Cave Creek, Arizona.
And Ed! Awesome. So, the idea of the ceremony is to try to teach you all a little bit about Newfoundland. When all is said and done, you're going to be called what's called honorary Newfoundlanders. We have some paperwork to go with that. Do not lose the paperwork once you receive it, because you can get into more places with this than you can most passports. So, as we're about to start, I should first let you know that I am not the son of a fisherman or a lighthouse keeper. I don't eat fish 3 times a day, and I don't drink Screech. At least not before noon on weekdays.
Okay.
I'm not to buy that build a boat, and I'm not to buy that sailor, but I got a boat with a fine 4 cuddy, and it's got high top sails, and I painted it green, and it's the prettiest boat you've ever seen. I had a premier once, and his name was Brian Tobin, and he went to war with Spain over something called a turbot. I'm not quite sure what a turbot looks like, but I'll be damned if somebody from Spain's going to come take it away.
I sailed a submarine that captured intelligence photos of a Spanish fishing boat taking those turbot, and we sent it to the world courts.
Oh, Jim, that's awesome. I believe in kitchen parties, not waves. I believe in icebergs and blue stars, and at the puffin is a true, proud, and noble bird. Now, a scuff is a dance, and a blue star is also a beer, and it's pronounced Newfoundland. Not Newfoundland or Newfoundland. Newfoundland is the oldest settlement in North America, the youngest province in Confederation, the only rock you can party on. My name's Skipper Lukey.
Hi, Skipper
I
Lukey.
is a Newfoundlander. Thank
Nice
you.
to meet you, Skipper.
95% of the original settlement here in Newfoundland came from 2 provinces of Ireland and 3 shires in England. We've managed to adopt a lot of their culture, history, traits, and a lot of their linguistics. And we actually managed to come up with our own language here, and we call it Newfoundlandese. Now, come in. We just started. She's the late comer. We had.
She does make me sure.
There you are. Excellent. I'm glad you made it back. Okay. The first 3 words that I want to introduce you to is what I call Prague, Puttock, and Glutch. Now, before we start, continue. What's your name and where you're from?
I'm Jen in Ontario.
Jen, and she's late. That's okay. Okay, the first 3 words that I want to introduce you to is what I call Prague, Puttock, and Glutch. Prague is a Newfoundland word for food. It's for your puttock, your stomach, and you're going to glutch it back. It means you're going to eat it. Now, this evening, your Prague is what I call Newfoundland steak. It's actually maple leaf bologna from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. The reason why we call it Newfoundland steak is because years upon years ago, the kid that would have this on his sandwich growing up would be considered the rich kid. It was imported meat. It was a luxury item. The kid that would have lobster on his sandwich growing up would be considered the poor kid. That kid would be so poor that if he didn't wake up on Christmas morning with a herd on, he'd not to play with it all. Glad you find that funny. Man, all of us had a Atari. I do need everybody to take a small little piece, just so you know it's fit to eat. I actually Perfect.
Oh.
Just so you know, it's 50. I actually prepared this bologna for a famous chef out of Ontario last summer. Her name was Lynn Crawford. She has her own show on the Food Network. And after she tasted my meat, not like that.
Your baloney.
After she tasted this delicious steak right here, she tasted it and she referred to me for the rest of the evening as Chef Loki. That's not a word of a lie. I do need everybody to take a small piece of Newfoundland steak. Do not worry about it if you're a vegetarian, because there's not real much meat. So it was small. Yes. So
Yes.
please take a small piece. And it was
Oops. Oops, slippery.
and Gino.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. And Greg. And Elizabeth. No, Mary. Sorry, Mary.
My middle name's Elizabeth. so
Elizabeth.
You knew
But
that.
I'm really Elizabeth.
Is it? You're Elizabeth?
No, Mary Elizabeth.
Mary Elizabeth. Jeez, she's on school. That was Jim. So, watch out for Gino.
Yeah.
Elizabeth.
It was Elizabeth. Okay.
There you go.
All right. Mary Elizabeth. This is pretty cool. And then it was Blake. And then it was Melanie. And then it was Jen. It was late. Hang on a second there, ladies. First there, Ed. Excellent. And of course, Ed.
It's gotta be me.
Good.
Perfect.
Names.
Excellent. I tried to. Bartending for 25 years. Gotta be good at something.
Need both pieces. We need to take both.
Yeah, take
Yeah.
both.
Yeah, you gotta take them both.
Oh, yes. Yeah. You want a piece of bread with that? Awesome.
Mom used to fry it.
In 1497, there was a man by the name of John Cabot. His real name was Giovanni Caboto. He was an Italian explorer. We know him as John Cabot because the English paid for all his travels, and that's just how it had to be. 1497, John Cabot sailed the Atlantic on his boat, the Matthew, all the way from Bristol, England to Bonavista Bay. And when he arrived, he saw lots of activity in that water. But he didn't know what was going on. But he dropped his bucket down and filled it up with water. And when it came up to the top of the boat, it was filled right to the rim with codfish. Now, word got out fast how plentiful the fish were in our waters, that they traveled from all over to settle here and to catch the fish, and to sell the fish, and to trade the fish all around the world as a means of survival. And one place in particular that we traded with was Jamaica. Because Jamaica, they makes rum. We loves rum. We loved it so much we would actually get that on that wharf and we kissed the fish goodbye, knowing that it was coming back to us in the way of rum. So, in keeping with that time and honor tradition, I do have a little buddy for you. This right here is a real Newfoundland codfish. Given the chance, this fish could have grown up to the height of 6 feet tall and weighed as much as 130 pounds. This fish won't grow any more than this because it's dead. And it's frozen. It's perfectly in my freezer. The significance of this particular fish, this one, is that my 12-year-old daughter, now 13, caught it last year at Conception Bay. And when she saw what was happening to all the other fish that day, they got gutted and they got filleted. They lost their cheeks and their tongues to the restaurants. She wanted this fish kept intact, whole, and become the most loved fish ever to come out of the waters of Newfoundland. And it has, because I've used it in every ceremony since, including the Briar this year, which we won. I do need everybody to pucker up and give this fish a little kiss. Do not worry about anybody taking your picture or video doing so, because whatever happens here in St. John's today
Stays.
will be on Facebook by now. While you are kissing the fish, make sure you hold the pose long enough to see a flash or hear a click. Otherwise, you will hear those horrible words. Do it again. Gino, are you ready with the camera? All right. There we go. Wait. Oh, yeah. That's the. He got like 20.
I know, I heard a lot of
All right. Gino, you ready?
Yeah.
Wait. She's checking her emails.
I'm making sure you got it.
All right.
Thanks.
I will be going around and doing it on the other side for the rest.
Making sure everybody gets
Make sure.
it.
Hey, do you have someone take a picture?
I have a picture.
Do you have a phone? Does someone have a
I
picture
do
that
have
they can take and email it to them after?
I do have a phone. I prefer that.
I can do that for you. My
Yes.
consequence for being late, I'll do something nice.
Random act of
Okay,
kindness.
hang on,
All
I've got a
right.
couple.
Awesome.
Give me a minute.
There's some
Wait,
gra-
wait, wait, get
Hey,
it.
got it on again.
You gotta hold it.
Sure.
Love it.
Awesome. And could someone take Jen's picture because she came in solo? There we go.
Yeah, you just gotta press it
There you go.
to light it up. So, okay, ready? Someone do the lunch, ready?
Awesome. Perfect. Blake, you ready for this?
All right.
All right.
Is that okay? Get your email.
No,
do it
wait for
again.
that flash to go
I'll
off.
just write it in my notes.
Awesome.
I got 10 here.
And Melanie?
So you can do video, and if you want, you
Yeah.
just keep the
Ready?
take pictures.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's your email
Got it, good. I got you guys already, right? Yes, okay. And we're gonna go to marriage.
No?
Marriage.
All screwed up with that.
Around
All
the-
right, okay.
There, we're over here.
It does have, there's a, no, you have to go in it. I'm like,
Awesome.
ew, actually,
Jim.
You got two, you got two.
oh, no tongue, Jim.
That's a little upsetting.
I'll give it a bit of a cleaning.
Oh, you want to see what I wrote down.
Nice. Awesome. And Greg.
Yeah, my
Hey, whoa.
No.
I'll email like this.
Oh, okay.
Awesome. I got everyone?
We did it.
Okay.
We did it.
Now.
Yay, we did it.
Yay!
Not done yet.
Now,
This is the good part.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we kissed the pot that much.
like I was saying, we used to trade our fish with the Jamaicans for their rum. Jen, put your phone away. And it was a very strong barrel rum. In fact, it was considered a test of a man. If he could drink it without screaming, passing out, or having a heart attack, he was considered a true man, or woman, or transgender. In fact,
Gotta be politically correct these days.
in fact, Screech got its name down on the south coast of our province. For one night, we were serving up our hospitality to a U.S. captain, and he drank the shot and he yelled at a great big yell. And the sergeant came on running into the room and he said, "Who yelled out the god awful Screech?" And there was a Newfoundlander who was sitting at the bar that said, "Screech boy, 'tis the rum, me son." And that's how Screech got his name. So, I never got you to sign any waiver forms, so try not to get any on your skin.
Oh, yeah.
And we can't have a drink without having a toast, so please wait till everybody gets their shots.
Go on.
All right. Oh, somebody's missing? Okay, so here's the health in your company and one for the lasses list. You can be merry, all out of our glasses list. You can be merry, but that's the refrain. We may or may not ever all be here again. Up the lips, over gums. Look out, go, here she comes. Punch her back. Burn goes away. There you go. Food is always good. Now, you're past the trees, but you're not out of the woods. Before I let you go, I do have to teach you a small little phrase. Now, to give you an idea of our dialect here in Newfoundland, the shortest conversation you're ever going to hear between two people goes like this. Ernst Mern? Mern. That is a full conversation. Now, in order to understand it, you have to envision two fishing vessel captains crossing each other in the early morning dawn. And one fishing vessel captain looks over at the other one and says, Ernst Mern? And the translation is, did you catch any fish this morning?
Wow.
And the response was, Ner. Any idea what that might mean?
Nope.
Close. Because no, I didn't catch any fish this morning. Otherwise, he would have said no. We speak English. I know it's so bad. I'm going to try to teach you something a little bit easier, Jen. Plug it in. Plug it in.
Can I?
Yes, okay. Give her a second. Okay, she shows up late and she wants to distract me. All right. Okay. I'm going to try to teach you something a little bit easier. Okay. Avon. Avon in Newfoundland means I agree. So, whenever you're in a situation where you're talking to someone from Newfoundland, you don't understand what you're saying, so you're talking too fast, or it's a little bit too thick. Just agree with. It's so much easier to agree with people in Newfoundland than to ask them to repeat it. So you ask them to repeat it, they're going to say it the same way, and you're still not. So when you agree with them, he's just probably making a statement. He'll go best kind, give you a high five, and you got a buddy for life. If you ask them to repeat it, once again, it gets very torturous. Let me give you another example, okay? Someday, what? That means the weather is nice today. Oh, I agree. Now, if you do not understand what I said to you when I said the first statement, and asked me to repeat it, the same conversation would have gone like this. Someday, what? What? Someday, what? What? Someday, what? What? It just goes on forever. Okay? Now, I want everybody to give it a try. It's hard to say them what you think. It's not a boy. It's not a bye. You gotta say it like you are agreeing with the person, okay? Greg, give me an A by. Is your name Greg? Sorry. Okay. That's good. You're true. Jen, A by. That's perfect. Yes. 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 Perfect. Now that we got that done, we're going to go. Now that you got that done, we are going to go along to the graduate level friends. So, when you go back home, what? There you go. Goes both ways. When you go back home and you ask the plan to get screeched in, you're going to ask you to screech. And one proper response for that. And that is, Dito is me old cock and one of your big jib drops. Is you a screecher?
Hey, boy.
The correct response was Ava. I taught you that lesson 1 minute ago. Immediate application.
Yeah, I know, for sure.
Realize what you're doing. But that's it. It's the same learning process that they use in Rosetta Stone. It's very Anyway, I'm going to slow it down for you. I know I'm not talking too fast. You might be thinking a little bit too slow, but we just had a big shot of wrong. So up along being the rest of Canada, we might say indeed I am. But in Newfoundland, we say indeed I is. So I need everybody to say indeed I is at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Indeed I is.
The next part of the phrase is me old cock.
Me old cock.
Cock is a short. This is not grade 6 health class. Cock is a shortened form of the word cockney, which comes over from old England, meaning my good friend, my good buddy. So what you're saying is, yes, I am my good friend. You're going to say, indeed I is me old cock. At the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Indeed I is me old cock.
It's not my old cock. Me old cock. Something totally different. Last part of the phrase is, and long may your big jib dry. See, the jib's the foresail of the schooner, so as long as it's dry, when you good luck. What you're saying is, yes, I'm good for sure luck. You see, it's going to cock on your big jib dry. Got it?
Got it.
Once again, that was another test. The correct response was just. I say it, then you say it, and we're going to get through it in 3 simple segments, okay? I say it, then you say it. Ready? Indeed I is.
Indeed I is.
Not indeed. Just indeed I is.
Indeed I is.
Me old cock.
Me old cock.
And long may your big jib draw.
Long may your big jib draw.
I now declare you all honorary. Awesome.
Okay, so day 7's in the bag. What did we do today? Well, we didn't do very much riding. We actually went out to the Harley dealer to see if they had any shirts that had St. John's or Newfoundland on them, and they did. But at $40 to $50 a shot for a cheap one, we decided against it. So we decided just to go down to, I think it's Water Street and George Street, to kind of look around, and there was a big souvenir shop, so we got some stuff there, which was good. But yeah, not much riding at all. But we did go get, let's see, tattoos. So Mary got one and I got one, and we'll show you those probably tomorrow. Just they're in healing stage right now. and then we went and got screeched in. So Jim, myself, Mary, and Elizabeth did the old kiss a cod, do the screeched in ceremony. It was really nice. And we are now temporary official Newfoundlanders. I'm not sure how that works, but it is what it is. And we got our certificate, and we'll bring that home with us. So it was cool. Other than that, that was kind of our day. Really nice day though, nice and warm. Tomorrow we're going to be doing much more riding, so we're going to be getting up early. We're going to be leaving this Airbnb, which we stayed in for two nights, and heading to another one before we head across the island. So yeah, hopefully some good riding tomorrow, and then a long ride the following day. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and we'll be posting more. Good night.